see a lot of that tonight, that rise ball. Kavan likes to throw it right in at the lefty's eyes. Savaya swinging through that first one.
10th in the country in strikeouts. She has a couple of wins already this year against Texas Tech and against Florida. Her 2 losses coming to Stanford and Mississippi State. Here's the numbers for Savaya. A lot of speed. She scored 38 runs in their 40 games so far this year. At 32-8, the best offensive numbers for Tennessee in over a decade. And that is ball 4, the leadoff walk for Morgan. Karen Weekly, the head coach for Tennessee, now in her 24th season with 8 trips to the Women's College World Series. And in 2023, she was the coach of the year as the Lady Vols swept both the regular season and the tournament in the SEC. Reached the World Series that year. Last year, a stunning early departure from the NCAA tournament as the number 3 seed. They got bounced in the Super Regionals by arch rival Alabama.
Yeah, with the team that Tennessee had last year, some of those seniors, it was a big shock. This program, though, well on their way in that offseason, working to get back to Oklahoma City.
They've won 19 of their last 21 series in league play, and a big night for Weekly and Tennessee. They have some big wins against top-ranked teams on neutral fields. They have never beaten number 1 on their opponent's home turf as they open up a 3-game set here tonight. One-two to Fiedler. Just missed inside. The transfer from the University of Washington, coming off the Mississippi State weekend where she hit .500 and drove in 5 runs. Sends that one out of play.
Kavan very good at throwing lefties on the inner half. You're going to see both the pitchers tonight not afraid to challenge hitters on the inner half. So important. Control that strike zone.
2-2 from Kavan. Slow roller to third. Mia Scott, her only play is to first. That's as good as a sacrifice as Morgan moves over into scoring position with 1 out.
Yeah, 100% putting that ball on the ground. It's a productive out. Here you see Kavan, the ERA dropping to 1.51. The strikeouts are up. And she has taken over as the ace of this staff. They had 5 quality pitchers last year. Michelle, they come back with 4 really good ones this year. And one of, if not the best staff in the country. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of different tools, a lot of different looks.
There's a big matchup with Taylor Pannell. And early on here, Patty Ruth Taylor goes to talk with her pitcher. All SEC first teamer last year. Karen Weekly calls her a professional hitter. Really works the count, sees a lot of pitches, waits for the one she wants.
Said she's really comfortable this year hitting with 2 strikes. In the last couple years, maybe a little anxious, would swing at pitches early in the count that weren't the best pitches. And you know, it's paid off. 13 home runs this year. That's more than the last 2 seasons combined.
Kavan in for a strike.
Crowd excited about that last call.
Little Bronx cheer in Austin tonight.
Yeah.
That one missed it high. Tegan's about 54% rise ball, 23% drop ball. She can hit in the upper 60s with her velocity. And Panel hitting better than 400 this year. And how about this start? These are the first walks allowed by Kavan in over 16 innings. And there's 2 of them now in the first.
Yeah, just 23 walks on the year coming into this start. There's 2 walks in this first inning, a little uncharacteristic. And it'll be interesting to see the strike zone tonight with these power pitchers out there.
He's the number 4 hitter, McKenna Gibson. Boo has hit a home run in 3 of her last 4 hits. And she homered in all 3 of the Mississippi State games.
Gibson does a very good job of protecting Panel. That's pretty good control right there. Just 2 walks at 54 batters face. I mean, that's the type of command and control of pitches that you want to see. And you can tell immediately the game plan for Tennessee is to lay off anything high. They are trying to force her to throw belt and below. Big game plan against Kavan, make her throw it low in the zone.
And she hits low in the zone right there. 1-2.
Well, Kavan has a lot of different tools. You know, we were talking with her earlier before the game. She said she's gotten more comfortable with her drop ball.
That's the swing and the miss there, 2 down.
And even though she's gotten more comfortable with her drop ball, as you mentioned, Beth, 54% of the time, she's going to work upstairs with the rise ball. She cups this pitch. It's a 4-seam rise ball. She works as a setup low in the zone at the knees, and then she comes back upstairs into Boo Gibson's eyes, and she gets the big swing and miss. Second out of the inning.
Sophia Nugent fouls the first pitch off. In her second year at Tennessee, she transferred in from Oklahoma, where she was a part of 2 national championship teams with the Sooners. Coming out of high school as the number 1 ranked catcher in her class. Forms a terrific battery with Carlin Pickens that we'll see in the bottom half of the inning.
Couple big catchers that have transferred out of Oklahoma. Nugent, Erickson at Florida. Jocelyn Erickson.
Tells you how good Kinsey Hansen was.
That's right. That is the truth.
Sooners picked up a Bedlam win midweek. Over 9,000, 9,200 plus at Devon Park in Oklahoma City for that one.
Well, it's just great to see the growth of the sport. Superstars out there playing ball.
1-2 pitch. Drilled deep and foul. Headed towards the apartment building out there in left field. That is a mighty big target with all those windows.
And that is a just miss. Nugent just a little bit early on that pitch.
Another 1-2. Missed it away.
The cut of that last pitch was unbelievable. The way that Kavan can really steer that pitch, she can move it from the outer half. She's going to bring it. Look at the kick back in. Atwood trying to sell the pitch. It's a great take, though, by Nugent.
2-2 with 2 on. Popped it up. Atwood can't come up with the catch.
Well, I'm not sure what happened. It looked like Mia Scott potentially had the opportunity to come in and help her catch her out, but she goes up against the wall. And you remember, the ball, when it's hit back like that, is going to spin back toward the field. And that just gets away from Atwood. I think with Mia Scott playing a little bit deeper, she wasn't able to get in and help Atwood out.
Another chance for Nugent.
Nugent. That is a huge cut. That is a, hey, you just dropped a fly ball, I'm going to make you pay for it type of cut. And you can see a little bit of a smile there.
Trying to cash in a couple of walks here in the top of the first. 8th pitch of this at-bat coming for Nugent. Got her. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kavan with a runner in scoring position to end the threat.
Tegan Kavan
in strikeouts with 153.
She's going to bring the heat. She's got that rise ball, drop ball combination. She also has an outstanding changeup, which almost doesn't seem fair when she throws as hard as she does. Just a lot of great control in that circle.
Karen Weekly says she can throw any pitch in any count and is confident to do it. And she will open up here against Ashton Maloney, the junior out of Liberty, Missouri, coming in with a hit in 7 in a row. And that number 4 hitter is the dangerous one. Reese Atwood has reached in 22 straight games. She provides the power for a lineup for Texas that, incredibly enough, could have 4 of the top 6 single-season batting averages atop their record book all this year playing together. 4 of the top 6 all time.
In program history,
in program history, and their single-season averages.
Wow.
Maloney grounds it to short. Laura Mueller stays down on it. 1 down.
Pickens, one of the best pitchers in the game because she does have that velocity, but she also has outstanding movement ability to control the zone. It's that changeup she can throw on any count. She'll go down in the zone. She'll throw a drop ball, a rise ball, but it's velocity up over 70 miles an hour. In fact, last week, 78 miles an hour, fastest ever clock. She's going to be 74 miles an hour with that drop ball changeup at 62 miles an hour. A lot of times that's harder than some pitchers are throwing.
Yes.
Their fastballs or their rise balls, but a 62 mile an hour changeup. But that velocity differential is enough to really fool hitters, and it makes 74 plus look like 84.
Fouled back by Caden Henry. One of their 5 batters in the lineup that's hitting over 400 this year. And her average 3rd best in the SEC. Only Janae Jefferson has a better average over the course of her career than Henry does through her first year and a half.
Yeah, she's been outstanding. I mean, when you're mentioned in the same line as Janae Jefferson, you know you're doing some pretty special stuff.
Her velocity record broke the old record by, former Lady Vol, right? Monica Abbott. What'd you throw? What was your high velo?
74?
Mid-70s? Yep. There's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Pickens, 2 down.
And that's it. That's the changeup. It's 65 miles an hour, so that one a little bit elevated in velocity, but it's not that 74 mile an hour. And look at the way that she's going to get around that pitch. So really good rotation, but just takes enough off of it that it gets hitters out in front of it. It's that spin on speed differential that makes the difference.
Here's Mia Scott. Her 230th start. Hasn't missed one. That's 5th best amongst active players.
Just amazing athlete. Defensively, leadership with the bat. And how about that? A leverage 2-0 count. You could tell Scott was thinking, all right, I'm not going to get many of these chances, and she's out in front of that changeup.
Airmailed that one. Smiling about it in the mid-60s, just to keep everybody on their toes. Mike White told us this week, hey, she's so good you got to pick a speed.
right? And look for a particular pitch at a particular velocity and take your best shot.
Yeah, 100%, Beth. One of the things about both these pitchers, in fact, because they do have very good changeups, you can't be caught in between. You've got to pick the speed. You either sit slow or you got to attack hard.
And Scott draws a walk at a base runner with 2 outs for Texas. And here comes Reese Atwood. Another player that's always in the discussion for Player of the Year honors in the SEC.
Yeah, 100%. Reese Atwood with 14 home runs. I mean, she just has been doing everything for Texas since she walked on campus as a outstanding freshman catcher 3 years ago.
Last year's Big 12 Player of the Year and a first-team All-American, set Texas records for home runs, RBIs, and slugging.
And it'll be interesting to see how Tennessee attacks her. She is very good, very quick hands on anything up and in. So they're going to sit outside. That's 2 pitches in a row where they go outside. First one off the plate. This one, Atwood attacks and goes after.
Reese is their all-time leader in RBI, just a junior. She is number 2 all-time in home runs, 10 behind Taylor Hoagland, with plenty of time to break that one as well. Gets the swing and miss, 2-2.
I think Atwood is wondering what that pitch was. You could see the way she was looking at her. She's like, okay, is that the off speed that had really good tight rotation? It was down in the zone and I was out in front of it.
Yeah, she's still thinking, Smitty, she
Yeah.
just stepped out.
That's what pitchers do. We learn to read the mind of the hitter through their expressions.
Well, Mike White also told us this week, the team that usually wins is the first one to make the adjustments. Of course, Mike now in his 7th season at Texas after tremendous success at Oregon as well. Has led the Longhorns into the championship series in Oklahoma City 2 of the last 3 years. And a strikeout for Pickens. So both aces with a couple of times with double-digit strikeouts, including that monster showdown with Nyjah Kennedy in Texas Tech when she had 18 in an extra innings win. So she beat Kennedy head-to-head during this regular season, also beat her last year at the World Series.
She just has a lot of patience in the circle. She waits for that offense to put runs up on the board. She doesn't make a lot of mistakes. That's one of the keys. I mean, for a young pitcher, she does a good job of really controlling the zone. There's 2 walks in the first inning, uncharacteristic, but it was a big game. There's probably a little nerves.
And then got out of the jam quickly with a couple of strikeouts on a rise ball and a changeup to end the threat. So now she faces the bottom of the Tennessee order.
And already making adjustments. You can see the way she's getting underneath her rise ball a little bit more.
1-2 to Laura Mueller. Got her 3 straight strikeouts for Tegan.
Well, Tegan Kavan is going to use this rise ball multiple levels. Look at the location of this pitch. This is on the outer half, and then she's going to come right back with it, but elevate it. So she gets the call on the outer half, and then she brings it a little bit sweeter over the plate. That's what induces the swing and miss. So really good pitch combination by Kavan for her 3rd strikeout of the game.
That'll bring up Gabby Leach. Out of the Woodlands, Texas. Had a big home run in Game 3 of the Mississippi State Series. They took 2 of 3 from the Bulldogs. They have already gone into Norman, Oklahoma and taken 2 of 3 from the Sooners on their home turf. And now Tennessee trying to do it here.
This is a Tennessee team that has just been consistent the last 2 years. Won 19 of 21 SEC series. All 8 of their losses this year to ranked teams.
Wow, 4 in a row for Kavan. 2 down.
But this is definitely one of the greatest tests their offense will have, going up against Kavan, who's long, she's lanky, she gets out and then gets under that rise ball, that 4-seam rise ball with that scoop release. It just starts at the belt, gets up at your eyes, easy to swing through and miss.
3 of her 4 strikeouts with that rise ball. Here's Ella Dodge in the 8th spot in the order. Redshirt freshman out of Bradenton. Has taken over at second base for them. Laura Mueller moving from second to short to shore things up there.
Coach Weekly likes the energy that Dodge brings to the game.
Down 0-2, goes the opposite way, flicks it down the line, just foul.
I think Karen Weekly is wondering if this was foul or fair. It was very close. Let's take a look.
Ooh, foul.
Yep.
Nearly picked up her second hit in SEC play. Her first, a 3-run home run against Oklahoma.
It's not a bad first
That's
hit.
a good one. Doesn't chase. Tegan Kavan working on a 5th consecutive strikeout. Wastes away.
Good job by Dodge. Not bite on that changeup, down and away.
Down the line and right, and Maloney is there to cover. And a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second.
You can see she's holding that
her shoulder. And a new pitcher for Tennessee is the freshman Erin Newer. And immediately Mitchell will lay down a bunt to put some pressure on the defense.
Hey, and this is all experience. Mitchell is going to take a look at the defense and see that everybody is a little bit deep. New pitcher, freshman in the circle. And so look how far back everybody is. Boo Gibson, the first baseman, is so far back that Mitchell says, hey, I'm going to pick on you. I think that I can put the ball down and get to first before you can get to the ball, and throw back to Ella Dodge, the second baseman. Really good heads-up experience softball.
Well, she's smiling and joking with her teammates in the dugout, so hopefully that's a sign that it's not a serious injury. But she pitches just the 1 inning and is now out. She could re-enter.
She threw just 21 pitches.
Down the line, foul ball from Stewart.
Of those 21 picking pitches, 14 were strikes, 4 swing and miss. 2 strikeouts, both on the changeup, but
so Erin Newer, the freshman from East Aurora, New York, in a big moment tonight against number 1 Texas. Snagged by Panel, over to first to get the out. The full extension.
One down.
Taylor Panel just going after this ball. This looks like it's going to sneak through the 5-6 hole, but she says no way. She goes down and gets it, guns it across to first, knowing that that is her only play. If this gets past Panel, forget it. Everybody's safe for the Longhorns. But that is a huge first out for Panel and the defense.
Here's Vic Hunter getting the start at DP tonight. 233 on the season. Newer got her with the change. It's the 4th appearance and relief for Aaron, 7 innings of work. She has struggled thus far in league play on ERA over 6. As Hunter waves at that one way out of the zone, 1-2.
Newer likes to use a combination of pitches. It's that changeup that's effective. It makes that swing and miss on the rise more effective. She does have a very good drop ball that she throws up at 70 miles an hour, but that rise ball, the reason you're going to see some swing and miss on that is that she spins the rise ball at about 58 to 60 miles an hour, so huge velocity differential. And there it is again. So you see that rise ball up in the zone is going to be about 61 miles an hour. And typically that's the opposite, Beth. A lot of times you see the slower stuff low in the zone. You don't see a spinning rise ball, slower spinning rise ball up in the zone. But this freshman has been trying to use that pitch. So 70 miles an hour at the drop, 61 with the rise ball up.
5-2 on the season. Newer joined Monica Abbott by throwing a no-hitter in her collegiate debut against Bethune-Cookman to open up the season. Full count. Short, Mueller over to first. They're able to hold the runner at second base. 2 down.
That's a great play by Mueller defensively. It looked like Panel was going to go get it. She doesn't get to it. So that communication between that left side, oh, so important.
Here's Leanne Good still with the runner in scoring position. Texas trying to grab the lead here in the bottom of the second. Leanne 381 with a runner in scoring position this year. .30 RBI on the season with 6 home runs. Ground ball, Mueller, nice play at short, and that ends the threat. 3 straight ground balls from Newer. Still scoreless.